know that there's a difference between being busy and being productive or effective? In today's video, I am going to show you how you can become a more productive person that gets things done. My name is Favor Joseph. I am popularly known as the Mindset Engineer. I am a mindset coach and I help people like you achieve exponential results by teaching you the powers of your mind and mindset. This phenomenal principle I'm about to share with you right now is something you want the whole world to hear. So I want you to click the share button right now and send this video to somebody you love, whose life you want to also be affected. Share this video on your status, on Facebook. Send it to somebody individually because your life and that person's life is about to change. So, in 3 simple steps, I'm going to show you how you can become a more effective person. Number 1, paradigm shifts. What are paradigms? Paradigms are simply your perception, a combination of your values, a combination of your assumptions, a combination of ingrained mindsets and patterns you have grown with. I would call it a senior brother of mindset. That's what paradigms are. Now, why should you have paradigm shifts, and how would paradigm shifts make you a more effective person? That's because there is no substantial progress or difference that is made without a change in mindset, a change in thinking. I don't know, if you're planning on making minute changes here and there, then you can be looking at changing your behavior, or changing your character, or changing your attitude. But if you are going to make quantum change in your life, you're going to have to start from where it all began, up here, your mindset. Paradigm shifts sometimes could be instantaneous, while other times it could be a fast, quick process, like an aha moment where your eyes of understanding finally get enlightened and you're just like, oh, how come I never saw this thing this way? Now, when it comes to paradigms, there are 2 ways of thinking, right? There is a way you think things are, and there is a way things are supposed to be. There is a way you think things are, and there's a way you think things are supposed to be. Now, the thing is, the earlier or the closer, let me say, your way of thinking aligns with natural laws or natural principles, the more successful you will tend to be. So let me break it down. There is a law that says everything that goes up would come down, right? Like you throw a ball up, it's coming down. If your mindset or your paradigm believes that if I throw something up, it's going to hang in the air, it's not going to come down, then you're going to have or encounter more problems. If you believe that, okay, it's going to come down, but it's going to take a little more time, it's not coming down immediately, it's going to stay there for like 2 days first, you still have a bit of problem, but not as much problem as somebody who thinks it's not going to come down at all. But if you believe that what goes up comes down, then you are aligned to a natural law. So there's how you think things are supposed to be, and there's how things are supposed to be. There's how you think things are, and there is how things are supposed to be. Those natural laws, those natural principles in life, right? Laws of consistency, laws of timing, laws of persistency, all these natural laws, things that you know. There are things that are principles. They obey anybody, or they align to anybody that follow them. They are not segregated. These natural principles, the earlier your mind or your paradigms, your basic beliefs are aligned towards them, like law of sowing and reaping, law of tithing, law of helping the needy, all these things, they are natural laws. Whether it's a good person that does it or a bad person that does it, the person still gets the feedback, he or she's supposed to get from it, because they are natural laws. So the earlier your mindset or your paradigm are aligned to those natural laws, the earlier you be successful, and the closer they are aligned, the chances of you being a more effective person. I don't know if you get this illustration I just gave, right? But they are basic principles in life. And why I am emphasizing on paradigm shifts is, as I earlier said, if you are going to make quantum change in your life, it's going to start from how you think, your ingrained thoughts and behaviors, your beliefs. Like your paradigms are like the lenses you wear to see the world. Like that's how your paradigm are. So if you're going to make any substantial change in your life, it's going to have to start up here. So you ask yourself, what are the beliefs I have? Because so many people are not self-aware. They don't even know how they think. Not to know how they think affects them. So you ask yourself, how do I think, and how am I supposed to be thinking towards this thing? What is the norm? What is the expected behavior? If I want this result, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I doing? How am I thinking? Is this how I am supposed to be thinking towards this thing? So you check the margin between what is expected and what you look at it to be. If they are far apart, then you are far from being an effective person. Number 2, we're looking at productivity. Number 2, we're looking at proactivity. Now, so many people are very reactive. They are not proactive, right? There is something called your circle of influence and your circle of concern. Your circle of influence is the big circle in which everything that could ever disturb you, or is disturbing you, or is troubling you, fall into, right? So everything that economy, money, housing, weather, everything that could ever disturb you, relationships, friendships, people, and all of that, everything that could ever disturb you are in your circle of concern. Things that you have control over are in your circle of influence. Your circle of influence is a smaller circle inside your circle of concern. Now here's the thing, most people stay in their circle of influence instead of moving a step further to their circle of concern. And being in your circle of influence make you have victim mindset. These people are reactive. When I mean reactive, they are not productive, they are not active, right? They do not attack problems. And the difference between people who are reactive and people who are proactive, I mean, it's like 500%. The margin is crazy. And that's why I tell people, whenever you're in distress, whenever you're in problem, the first thing you want to think about is, how can I influence this problem? What is the part of the situation that I can control? What is the part of the situation that you can control? That's the first thing you want to be thinking about when you're in any distress. But most people don't do that. Most people do well in their circle of concerns, and they are complaining, they are blaming, they are fretting, they are worrying, and just talking about the problem without doing anything about it. And that's not what you want to be. If you want to be an effective person, you have to move a step further. It's like moving a step further from like in faith. In my previous video, Law of Attraction, you can check it down. I talked about, attracting the kind of life you want, and part of the things I said was, talking about what you want to be. So like affirmations, talking the word, speaking the word, right? Until it becomes a reality in your life. But the thing is, there is a step further, like the action parts to faith, where you move from just speaking words to action. So let me give you a typical example. The region which I live in is very cold, right? And sometimes I could just be caught up in complaining. Like some time ago, I'm always complaining, why is the weather so cold? you could catch a cold, you have to do this and you have to do that, you have to, I was just bothering myself about it. And that's my circle of influence. That's my circle of concern. It's troubling me. Like, the cold there is something else, right? But then, when I asked myself, what can I do about this? I had to stream it down to my circle of concern, to my circle of influence. I said, if I cover myself very well, if I, bathe hot, drink hot water, and all of that, this cold is not going to affect me. And then I saved my time, my energy that I would have used to complain, to cover myself and, stay warm, right? And that was me being proactive to the situation instead of just dwelling in my circle of concern, which is a bigger circle. I had to stream it down to my circle of influence. What's the part of this thing I can influence, and what can I do about it that would save me energy from complaining, worrying, fretting, and talking about the problem without doing anything about it? So I had to become more intentional during seasons of cold, like get new set of cardigan, socks, hoodies, and all of that, so that I could curb the cold I feel and not just complain. But so many people, when it comes to more like say difficult situations, right, they just get reluctant. They're not thinking about what is the part of this thing I can control. And the truth is, what really affects you is not what happened to you. It is how you interact, approach, react to what happens that makes the difference. It will tell the difference between whether you're going to be stuck in that situation or whether you're going to move out or move on from it. So people just get stuck there because they don't do anything about it. They're not proactive. They're not attacking it with proactiveness. They just sit down in their circle of influence without thinking about how they could influence the situation themselves. So before I talk about number 3, which is something I really, really, really love, and I know you want to hear it, let me tell you about my upcoming bootcamp. In this bootcamp, I am going to be showing you productivity hacks that is going to skyrocket your results. In this bootcamp, I'm going to be showing you mindsets you need to adapt if you want to become a more successful person. If you are aiming for anything big, anything better, I'm going to help you streamline your mindset, so the kind of paradigms and thought patterns you need to have if you're on your way to success. That's not all. We're going to also be looking at how to overcome low self-esteem, inferiority complex, heartbreaks, and how you could build irresistible confidence. In this bootcamp, we are going to be having a challenge that is going to help you boost your confidence and your visibility. It's a bootcamp you don't want to miss for any reason. We're going to be talking about productivity and mindset that could help you become a better person. I am going to help you shine light on dark areas of your life that need revamping. It's the Mindset Reset program. We are going to change your life. If you're ready to put in the work, there is work to be done if your life is going to be changed. So, number 3, we're talking about synergy. Synergy is one of my favorite parts of effectiveness and productivity. In simple terms, I would like to put synergy as the whole is more stronger than the sum of its parts. That's the whole is bigger. Whole, like whole together, is bigger than the sum of its parts. So let me give you a simple illustration. If you are to use this finger to lift up a pen, just this finger, right, it's going to be a bit imbalanced, like you carrying a pen with this finger, or this finger, or this finger, or this finger, or this finger. Like, you're going to have this imbalance. But if you are to lift up a pen with your whole hand, it's effortless. So if you combine the strength of each of your fingers, the sum of it would not be greater than what your 5 fingers can do at once. So the whole is bigger than the sum of its parts. Now, what does this mean and how does it apply to you? And how does it make you to become a more effective person? Synergy is a very common part of our day-to-day activity, but in this day and age, so many people are trying to push it away. They want to be a loner, they want to be alone, they want to do their things and their stuffs alone. But the truth is, if you want to make substantial change in your life, you need people. Even God needed men. He said, I sought for a man. Even God needed men. When Jesus came here, he did not say, well, I'm God and I can do everything myself. He had to look for disciples that made his journey easier, right? So even God till today is still looking for men to help him propagate the gospel. So if God needed men, I mean, who are you? You need men too. But these days, so many people are thinking, okay, I want to just do this thing alone. I was asking somebody recently, I said, have you ever seen where they are giving award for the most stressed out person in this world? Like, you're the most stressed out person, they'll give you an award. I said, they are not giving award. They're not giving award for the most stressed out person in this world. So if there's a way you could allow people to help you, allow them to help you, right? If you have people in your circle who want to help you, if you have money, employ people to help you do one or two things. Allow people to help you. Especially my generation, Gen Z, like this solo, it's becoming very dominant. And the truth is, you have no idea of where you're missing out. Like, you have no idea of how much goodness people can bring to your life. So, synergy, right? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. When people come together to do something, it's stronger. That's why, that's why God encouraged Christians to work as a team, as a church, the body of Christ. He did not say the head did this, you go your own. You. Another thing you need to take note of is the act of delegation, right? And I don't want to talk about that whole 4 quadrants, but there's one that so many people often miss, and that is delegation. I tell people that anything that somebody can do for you and you can pay for it, allow someone to do it for you. Or if someone can do for you and like help you with it, allow people to do it for you, allow people to help you. Learn to deliberately delegate some tasks out to people. If you're going to be effective and not just busy getting everything done, right, by yourself, allow people to help you. Be able to delegate tasks properly to people so that they can help you and you can make your life easier. So I'm sure you have picked out like a whole lot from this video, and as I said earlier, if you apply the things in this video, like, your life is going to change. You're going to see substantial change, because this is, I'm teaching you proven strategies. There are things that I've applied to my own life and I have seen the difference, and I'm telling you so that you could apply them too. So kindly like, subscribe and share this video to someone whose life you also want to get better. Don't forget to sign up for my bootcamp. It is very affordable, right? The link to the bootcamp would be in the description as well as in the comment section. See you same time next week. Bye.